It's all about the power.
The first 29 games were for positioning. These next 5 are for glory. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, wherever you happen to be in the free world. We welcome you to the Robert Collins Center in River Grove, Illinois, at the campus of Triton Junior College, where today the second season starts on the highway to Hutchinson. Your Region 4 Division I defending champion Triton Trojans, 25-4, top seed in the R4 D1 tournament for men, take on the 4 seed and 15-13 Sauk Valley Skyhawks. Alvin Washington joined now by the man who will call today's game, the double Hall of Famer Tim McKinney. Tim, this is a squad that we've seen this season that is very deep.
Yes, and they have a lot of talent, a lot of depth. It showed the other night in the big win against Daly, but a little tougher task today, Alvin, against this Sauk Valley squad.
Let's go to the public address. George Fate.
On the campus of Triton College in the heart of River Grove for this afternoon's National Junior College Athletic Association Region 4 Division I semifinal tournament game featuring the Skyhawks of Sauk Valley Community College and your Triton College Trojans. Prior to introducing this afternoon's starting lineups, we're going to transition right into the starting lineups. Here we go for Sauk Valley. At guard, a 6'2" sophomore out of Dixon High School, number 14, Bo Bailey. At guard, a 6'1" sophomore from Dixon, number 15, Darian Duncan. At forward, a 6'6" freshman from Coralville, Iowa, number 21, Andre Brandon. At guard, a 6'3" sophomore from Rock Falls, number 23, Cade Wheeler. And at forward, a 6'8" freshman from Sterling, number 33, Damon House. The Skyhawks are coached by A.J. Sharp, assisted by Russ Danhoff. And now, the starting lineup for your Triton College Trojans. At guard, a 6'3" freshman out of Canada, number 2, Brandon O'Toole. At center, a 6'9" sophomore from the Bahamas, number 13, D'Angelo Olise. At guard, a 6'3" freshman out of Stevenson, number 20, John Itunas. At guard, a 6'6" freshman from Atlanta, Georgia, number 22, Dion James. And at forward, a 6'8" freshman from Green Bay, Wisconsin, number 24, Patrick Sumnick. The Trojans are coached by John Clancy, assisted by Brian Burns, Edmund Pryor, and Matt Johnson. Our alumni assistants are Daniel and Michael Catucci. Athletic trader, Mr. Michael Montez. Sports information, Tim McKinney. The Associate Vice President of Athletics, Mr. Garrett Abasijan. And the Triton College President, Miss Mary Rita Moore. This afternoon's basketball officials, Mr. Michael Mankey, Mr. Vern Turner, and Mr. Jason Robinson.
And
the
with
Trojans enter this afternoon's game with an overall record of 25-4, and they are the number 1 seed in Region 4 Division I. The Skyhawks are 15-13 overall and the number 4 seed.
And let's take a look at, once again, your TritonAthletics.com. Starting lineups, we'll start with Sauk Valley. Bo Bailey wearing number 14. He is joined in the lineup by 21, Andre Brandon. Number 15, Darian Duncan. 33, Devin House. 23, Cade Naylor. On the reverse for the 10th ranked Triton Trojans, who will not earn the opening tip. 2, Brandon Muntu. 13, D'Angelo Lise, who you just saw jump the center. 20, John Itunas getting the start today. 22, Deion James. 24, the West Virginia recruit, Patrick Sumnick. And with the call of the Region 4 Division I semifinals, the double Hall of Famer, Tim McKinney.
And we're off and running. Thank you, Alvin. Here come the Trojans in transition. A little bit of a different lineup here today for Triton. In the corner, James for 3, and rattles home good.
Nice.
And he had 19 against Daly. A few guys not in the lineup today for Triton. Also, one note, J.J. Calican not with the team. His mom passed away. He's in Louisville for the funeral. And again, our thoughts and prayers are with J.J. and his family. And hopefully he's getting a chance to tune into the stream. And hopefully the guys can win this one. And we'll see him back here potentially Monday night for the championship. He had 29 against Daly on Thursday night here.
I'll tell you what, John Atuna is getting the call in the starting role. That just shows you the confidence that first-year coach John Clancy has in the young man out of Lincolnshire Stevenson.
Trojans will inbound. Itunas to Mutu. James in the corner. Now he'll step back for 3. Got it! And it's 6-0 Trojans.
I tell you, whatever 5 you put on the floor for this Trojans club, the defending region champs, you get a different identity, but it's always the same result. It's hitting the bucket.
And that full court pressure gave Daly a ton of fits on Thursday night. Sauk nearly turned it over. A.J. Sharp is their head coach. Rush Damhoff, their former longtime coach and AD, assisting on the staff. Feed underneath, and a dunk by Andre Brandon. Out of Coralville, Iowa is Brandon. And the Skyhawks are on the board, 15-13. Sauk Valley, the number 4 seed, in the black. James will back it out. Mutu to Itunas. Sumnick in the corner. He'll fire for 3. That's good. 3 threes out of the gate for the Trojans.
And all 3 of them from the right baseline.
They show the pressure. Sauk able to get it across. Duncan out ahead. Now a 3 ball, and that is good by Bo Bailey.
That's a nice stroke there.
In their quarterfinal, Sauk Valley defeated Malcolm X in Dixon Thursday night, 62-50, to advance to the semifinal game. And a steal.
You don't want to give up unforced errors early.
Duncan out ahead, right wing, 3, no good by Bailey. Battle for the board, and it's claimed by Sauk. They'll reset. Jumper House knocks it down, and John Clancy wants a timeout. Actually, it's going to be a timeout. Sauk, excuse me. Sauk a timeout, so they've answered here within 2.
Looks like it's going to be a fun one here between these two clubs. They know each other very well.
And tonight's winner will get the winner between Highland and Kankakee in the championship game. Higher seed will host Monday night. That game is in progress out in Kankakee. And we'll get you an update here. Their game started a half hour ahead of us because we needed some time in between games for the women's game. But it's a tight one out there. They're knotted up at 25 with about 7 minutes to go in the first half in Kankakee. We will keep you updated on that one.
By the way, for those of you that were watching our women's game, you know that the women Trojans won 75-63. They will face off against Highland here at the Collins Center Monday night. Highland a 74-64 victor in Freeport against Malcolm X.
And the time of Monday's game will be based on the outcome of this game tonight. If the Triton men win, that game will be at 5:30. And a turnover, and here comes Sauk on the break. Duncan ahead. Out to Bo Bailey. That 3, no. Rebound, Mutu.
Tell you, Bo Bailey is immediately showing himself to be one of the keys for Sauk Valley staying in this game.
Triton did sweep the regular season series. game here at Triton as Itunes knocks down the three. It's 12-7, but they're cherry picking ahead of the press, and Bo Bailey lays it in.
Yeah, I like this kid Bailey. No matter if he's inside or outside, he is going to give Coach Sharp quality minutes.
Trojans won the first meeting in Dixon, 74-59. As James missed a three, 88-55. Triton won the meeting here, played January the 5th. But again, that's all moot here because it's 0-0 on the board starting today and continuing in this postseason for both teams. That jumper no good by Brandon. Here come the Trojans up by 3. Kobe Montgomery in. Montgomery sat out the game against Daly on Thursday. James in the corner. Itunes cutting, spins to the right and lays it in.
Yeah, Itunes has gotten a lot of confidence since getting that tick late in the season.
And right in front of us, that ball deflected, but it's picked up by Duncan. Yeah, Itunes, he's averaging just under 5 a game, but he's been putting up some points in some of these games lately. And is getting more minutes. He really played well in the Southeastern win, in particular here Super Bowl Sunday. Bailey to the bucket, left it short, and here come the Trojans.
And those types of games are what get you the starts in games like this.
Itunes to Montgomery, touch pass to James. Montgomery swings it left, Itunes fakes, drives behind the back corner, Mutu three, no. Rebound claimed by Naylor for Sauk Valley.
Itunes has got some creative offense as far as getting the penetration and passing it out.
A.J. Sharp had some words there of Vernell Turner. Good veteran officiating crew here for this one tonight. Well, I should say this afternoon on this Saturday. Montgomery to steal. Here he comes, splitting the lane, lays it up and in. 16-9, the Trojans in front.
Boy, for a first-year coach, John Clancy has got a treasure trove of talent.
Well, Sauk Valley's been able to handle this pressure pretty good, and there's a corner three by the big man, Devon House.
Boy, that's a wide load shooting that one.
Oh, my. Don't be fooled.
Like I said, you know, the 1-4 matchup usually are the pretty good matchups when you get to this portion of the schedule.
And just like what the women had to do, the men are going to have to work to earn this one today. 17-footer left short by Subnick, and House the rebound. Of course, our broadcast is interactive, so if you'd like to chime in on the chat line, you can. We do welcome all of you tuning in live here this afternoon on the Triton College YouTube channel. Tim McKinney of Alvin Washington Jr., Tim and Phil Dorner up above running our stream here today. House backing in, baseline on Sumnick. Turns around the right hand and it floats in good.
Wow, this kid is nice with it. 7 already out the gate. That leads all scores. And, you know, his array of shot selection is pretty good for a man his size.
He's averaging just over 12 a game, but he averaged over 17 in Arrowhead games for Sauk Valley, and a one and done for the Trojans. So Sauk Valley getting some early momentum, breaking away and getting the dunk. Andre Brandon, and we are tied. We'll hold the phone. Timeout, John Clancy. And here comes Sauk Valley right back in it.
You expect nothing less as we have a 30-second timeout. You expect nothing less.
30-second timeout. 12:37 remaining in this opening half.
Now, wouldn't it be something if both the Triton men and women come back here Monday night with an opportunity to defend both regional crowns?
And the women's team has never won a championship here on their home floor. The 3 regional titles they have were either neutral site or on the road at Highland last year. So a rematch of last year's championship game, and I have to credit the fans who came. They really made this a great atmosphere, and appreciate everyone who came out to support the ladies. It was really a festive scene. It was pretty loud in here.
Strong West Side contingency, too, that was supporting Tamia Russell. Got a double-double today, 10 points, 13 rebounds.
Play resumes. Montgomery out the Mutu. Lost the handle, and House picks it up.
Uh-oh.
Out ahead, secondary break. There's the three. It's good. And Sauk Valley has the lead.
That's a 12-0 run right there.
Montez Taylor with the three.
You cannot settle on those threes.
Actually, excuse me, that was Jamal Winston because of those narrow ones. It looks like a one, but it's actually number 11. Fighting inside, Elise is tied up. And off the held ball, it will stay with the Trojans.
Some pretty decent size in there in the middle. You got
Dalen Hamilton, he'll come in. So Hamilton, Montgomery, and Denson did not play Thursday.
I'm looking at number 0, Rick.
And they're in there getting minutes here today, early on as expected. All three are in the lineup right now as Montgomery drills the three, and the Trojans tie it at 19. Contacted midcourt, nothing called, will play on. Here come the Trojans with the trap. In trouble, loose ball, and they're going to call and grant the timeout to A.J. Sharp.
I tell you, I'm looking at this kid, Rick number 0.
Yeah, he was in trouble.
6'8" freshman out of Rochester, Minnesota. That big Somali contingency up in central Minnesota near the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. That is a load, bruh. So you got him to deal with. You got the big fella number 33 House to deal with, and House is pretty is a misnomer because that's a double wide. I'd say about 6'8", no less than 310.
Yeah,
and runs the floor well. That's the big thing. So yeah, Coach Sharp's got a good one here in 33.
Region 4, Division I semifinal. Winner to the championship Monday, the 3-ball, Winston no, and Montgomery the rebound.
Triton's going to have to get every rebound on both sides of the floor.
Good ball movement, McKeithen for 3, no. Rebound, Denson type rope the baseline and saved it, but out ahead to Winston. Winston on the break, and Montgomery got a piece of it and out of bounds. It will stay with Sauk Valley.
Great transition defense by Montgomery to break that transition up, because that was been an easy 2.
2:20 remaining in the first half in Kankakee. Highland 31, Kankakee 25 in that semifinal game. Skyhawks will inbound. Underneath, ball loose on the floor, was deflected, and Denson picks it up.
The 50-50 balls are going to be key for Triton to get as much of a lead as they can on Sauk Valley.
9 minutes plus gone by from the Collins Center. Tied game. Montgomery, fall away 3, no. Elise up high for the rebound. Count it, and 1.
That's what I told him during warm-ups. We need all these offensive rebounds. Don't even think about it. You get it, you put it back, and it gets you to and 1.
So D'Angelo Elise averaging just under 10 a game. Shooting 63% from the line this year. The Trojans of the team shooting 69.4%. Been up and down at times from the line for Triton, but they've made them when they've needed them in their tight games. Put back there by Denson off the miss. And it's a 4-point play.
Don't even think about it. Get the old board, put it back.
Pressure, steal, McKeithen got it. Loose ball. Picked up by Montgomery, and he's fouled. He'll get 2.
Boy, I'll tell you, the swarming defense by the Region 4 D1 champs are a reason why they are in prime position to repeat.
So Montgomery, he'll get 2.
You know, when I've heard of Sauk Valley through the years, I've always seen these great, well-built teams that are well-coached, that play the fundamentals correctly, but are always hard-nosed, especially when you're coming out of a conference like the Arrowhead, and especially when you come into region playoff time. Well, they've always been one of the favorites.
Montgomery will get one more, 78% from the year. Misses that free throw. 24-19.
Good full court press here.
And Sauk does get it across. But here comes the pressure again. Still in trouble. But Brandon gets rid of it, and a three for House, and it's good.
Man, this was a pickup by Sauk Valley. This was a huge pickup.
He's coming from the Darvell Burgess School of Shooting down there. That's how Darvell shoots it down over there.
Got a foul on 14, Bailey. That's 4 on the club. And what I like about this is that we're 10 minutes in, not a foul yet on Triton. Very disciplined defense by the defending region champs.
And Denson gets the first free throw to drop. Denson averaging just over 10 a game.
You know, the fact that we've seen different youngsters step up in these other games during the regular season and now being called upon to make it happen here in the region playoffs shows the confidence that Coach Clancy has in these youngsters.
And good pressure there, swarming in Dalen Hamilton to deflect that out of bounds.
But they call a foul.
Oh, they did call a foul.
Yep, first foul this half on the Trojans. Again, disciplined defense. You're not going to see too many of those fouls happen.
We passed the midway point of this first half. Very competitive thus far at the Collins Center. Sauk Valley the 4 seed, Triton the 1 seed. Shot clock winding down. Bailey swarm. Now House will shoot it. Missed it short. Long rebound goes right to Hamilton. Hamilton in the front court. Swings a corner. Mutu for 3. No. Up high. Denson the rebound. Had it swatted by House. And out of bounds, it's going to go to Sauk.
Good try that time on the old board. Good try on the old board. You know, at least they'll get his. He's going to get his. As long as those that come on the floor contribute, the Trojans will be just fine. As tight as this game is going to be, the Trojans will be just fine.
There's another long-range jumper. That's good for 3. Jamal Winston. Actually, correction, that's 21. That's Brandon for 3. And we're back even at 25.
You don't want to get into a three-point shootout with these guys.
Sumnick baseline and a travel.
I think he rolled on his back heels instead of his front feet, and that's why they call the travel.
Well, they'll set the full court man up again.
It's a tight one, though.
Bailey, now there's another 3 ball. It is good. Andre Brandon, he has 10. And Sauk Valley knocking down some outside shots, and they're in front by 3 here.
Yeah, they've come to play today. I guarantee you that.
Trojans are in for a battle here this afternoon, it looks like. Pull-up jumper, Hamilton, no good. Rebound back, tap McKeithen. Now Mutu will reset it and back it out.
Offensive rebounds are going to be so important for the Trojans to keep that ball away from Sauk Valley.
Denson trapped in the corner and lost it. Brandon got the steal after the deflection. Here comes Sauk Valley on the run. Duncan in the corner to Bailey. He'll fire for 3. No. Denson the rebound. Sauk Valley by 3. Denson to Hamilton. Hamilton will back it out.
Triton shouldn't settle. He still work that inside offense.
Good feet inside and the dunk by Sumnick from Denson.
That's all you got to do. Work the paint. Force them to respect you in the paint, and then the threes are going to come.
Full court pressure, but Sauk does beat the 10 count, and now they'll run things offensively. but they have half the shot clock left to work with. Duncan picked up by McKeithen, man-to-man by Triton. 10 to shoot. Duncan, the House, down to 5. House, little dribble, looking to drive, takes it up, and Sumnick rejects it. It's a shot clock, winds down. Shot clock violation. It'll be Triton ball.
Boy, great way that Sumnick played House there in that last possession, not letting him get to his wheelhouse, and then blocking at the last second to force the 30.
Hamilton will bring it across. Now Mutu, corner, and he knocks down the 3. Brandon Mutu re-gives Triton the lead, his first basket of the afternoon.
Everything works good when you work it inside the confines of the offense. Everything.
Duncan in the front court. He's a hometown product out of Dixon, Illinois. House. Now Naylor. No. Long rebound. Naylor fouled his own miss. Missed the layup. And out of bounds will go to Triton.
You're getting a lot of substitutions on both sides. And what it's doing is it's paying off dividends in the short runs that each team has had. Now, mind you, the lead has gotten no bigger in either side at about maybe 4. But you would not have expected anything less than that margin between these two clubs that are long time Region 4 rivals, no matter what the division has been.
Itunis. Now Mutu steps back, missed the 3. Battle for the rebound, and it's picked up by the big guy. What's you say? It's Rick. Rick, how you say it?
Rick.
Rick.
Hey, set two. Let's go.
So, and if you're wondering why that is what that way is, remember Boomche.
Yeah, well, R-I-E-K.
Real simple.
There you go. Good pass to the cutter, and the lay-in is good.
Absolutely
that
great.
Was by Jamal Winston. Beautifully executed.
Absolutely great curl style offense. You see a lot of Princeton in that.
Game tied at 30. Sumnick, the head fake, no. And Rick the rebound. Out to Duncan. Duncan nearly double team, but he gets it out of trouble. Takes it all the way and counted and won.
Wow. A couple of times that thing could have been stolen from him.
Oh,
and he kept his poise, got the and one. And
James commits the foul. Sauk Valley retakes the lead.
I tell you, for what it's worth, only 2 fouls on the Trojans. That could be key down the stretch.
And this has been a battle so far. Sauk Valley back up by 3. This regional semifinal from the Collins Center. And the Trojans in a dogfight thus far. Good ball reversal. McKeithen closed out quickly, couldn't get the shot off. Itunis back to McKeithen. He'll fire for 3. It's rims out. And Sauk Valley the rebound. And now they'll air it out a little bit here. Wide open was Bailey. Now he'll fire. Misses the 3. And they get the offensive rebound and reset.
Well, I tell you, that unnerves a defensive coach to no end. All that good defense, and you can't get the rebound.
Rick, he's going to fire one. No good. Battle for the rebound, and McKeithen wins it. Under 4 minutes left in the half. Itunis. Good ball reversal. Touch pass out ahead. That's Montgomery who drills the 3. And the game is back even at 33.
I tell you, this is going to be one of them fun ones. Shoot, we might see tacos level before it's all over with.
Well, you know, at some point, if you're going to make a postseason run, you're going to have a game to challenge you, and Sauk Valley doing so. Itunas to steal, ahead for Montgomery, who's fouled.
Not a bad try. Not a bad try whatsoever. And they're going to put the foul on Jamal Winston. That's his first, and it's 5 on the club. We are 16 and a half minutes into this first half.
Burnell, can you move? Yeah, we can't see. There you go, guys. There we go. They got the whole sub train coming over. You got to see. Blocking our view. Montgomery makes the first. Now, Burnell, he'll take care of it for us.
You know, it wouldn't be Region 4 Division I playoff time without it. But I will say this, you know, props to Sauk Valley for letting everybody know, hey, we may be the number 4 seed. We're not going to play like it.
Montgomery connects on both free throws. The Trojans have scored the last 5 to go back in front. Pressure shown by Triton. Here comes the trap at half court. House gets rid of it. Denson nearly pried it loose from Naylor, but now they'll set things up top.
You don't want to get into a ticky-tack situation where it forces the official to make the call against you.
Now there's Winston, the 3 no good. And at some point, you can't really rely on making all those threes if you want to beat Triton.
Yeah, because Triton's going to eventually start pounding the paint. You know, Elise is still back in there.
Turnover by the Trojans, and House gets it off the deflection. I think this last 3 minutes very important here, Alvin, for both teams. 3 ball, no good. At that time, Naylor missed it. Here comes Montgomery, and a foul.
That one's going to be...
Naylor commits it.
Brandon committed it.
No correction. Yep, you're right. Brandon, 21.
You know, but the thing about it is with Triton, as long as Triton gets a stop and gets the rebound, you know, just hang on to the ball. Get 30 out of it.
Lead is 3.
This kid Montgomery, last few times I've seen him, he has been very solid on both ends of the floor. His ability to run the floor, especially in the transition defense, has been key to the end of the regular season for the Region 4 Division I champs.
Montgomery transfer out of Olney Central. And the Trojans lead it by 4. He'll check out. Dalen Hamilton will re-enter.
Now there's another program that has been a perennial regional powerhouse, Olney Central.
Yeah, down in Region 24. But Logan has kind of taken over the mantle as the main team in men's Division I basketball. They're in the top 5. 4-point Trojan lead. They've scored the last 7. Sauk Valley's been settling for these outside shots, and they haven't fallen like they were earlier. House lost the handle, and the Trojans have it back. And I think now Sauk Valley is giving Triton their best punch. Are they about to fizzle here?
I don't think so. I don't think so. If I know anything about Region 4 basketball at any division, a lead isn't safe. We saw that in the women's game.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't matter what the seed is. A lead is not safe.
Hamilton lost it. He was looking for a call, but didn't get anything.
See, that's one of the things you don't want to do when you're up.
Bailey misses that 3. Denson the rebound. We're under 2 minutes left. Denson on the run all the way. Fouled by House.
Like I said, you do not want to put it in the referee's hands. You want to go straight at it as the foul is there on House, and that's his first. You know, and again, only 2 fouls this half on the Trojans. That's key with just over 18 minutes going by.
Cam Denson missed the first short.
Push it, kid. Keep pushing that. Take another great crowd on hand for Region 4 Division I basketball.
Yeah, it's good to see. Hopefully this place will be rocking Monday night. And we'll have 2 games to bring you. But Denson not able to make the free throws. Sauk Valley down 4. Montez Taylor up top.
I'm impressed with the 2 big men, House and Rick. You know, look at that. Rick with an offensive board and a first possession, and he's got some ups. House has got some range. Two absolutely great pickups by Coach A.J. Sharp.
There's a long jumper. House, no good. Rebound back tap, but Bailey able to save it out to Taylor. A minute left in the half.
And that wears on you. And see?
Wow.
And that's the result of those offensive rebounds.
Well, Naylor finally able to connect on one, his first from downtown. It's a 1-point game. Final minute of this first half. Region 4, Division 1 semi. Elise inside, and we're going to have a foul. He's going to have a chance to go to the line to get his first points of the day. We're at halftime in Kankakee. Highland 33, Kankakee 32.
Yep.
They played last Saturday, and the game went into overtime that Kankakee won, and that's the reason why they got that 2 seed. We'll keep you updated on that one throughout the remainder of the broadcast. They're a half an hour ahead of us. They started at 3. We tipped at 3:30.
Elise's got the 1-and-1 coming up off the last foul. And again, great defense, great disciplined defense by the Trojans to keep themselves in the mix. Oh, boy.
Well, and the free throws have been troublesome for Triton so far in this one. 1-point contest in Sauk Valley, a chance to steal the lead in the halftime potentially.
Boy, Mooch is playing some great defense over here.
Duncan, the Taylor, back to Duncan. 10 to shoot. About 10-second differential. Shot clock, the game clock.
Oh, way to fight off that screen.
Duncan, the house for 3. No. Elise the rebound. Final seconds, first half. Mutu.
Good screen.
Steps back. 3, no. And that should do it for the first half. And does. Well, it's been nip and tuck. We got a 1-point game here. The Trojans lead it 37-36. Alvin, a thought of this first half.
Like I said, you wouldn't have expected anything less between these two clubs. They're going tooth and nail, fighting for every inch. Somebody is going to the opportunity to play for the regional championship.
Well, we'll step aside. We'll take a break. We'll come back in about 12 minutes or so. We'll have the first half numbers and second half action from the Collins Center Region 4 Division 1 semifinal. It's Triton 37, Sauk Valley 36.
with executive producer Tim McKinney. I'm Alvin Washington Jr. back here at the Collins Center. Region 4 Division 1 men's semifinal action. The number 10 rated Trojans lead the Sauk Valley Skyhawks 37-36. Quick look at your halftime totals presented by TritonAthletics.com. For Sauk Valley, 10 points each for Andre Brandon and David House. 5 for Bo Bailey. 5 for Jamal Winston. 3 for Darian Duncan. For the Trojans, Kobe Montgomery came at 13 plus a block and a steal. 3 points, 5 rebounds for Cam Denson. 6 for Deion James. 5 for Pat Sumnick. 5 for John Atunis. 3 each for Brendan Muntu. 2 for D'Angelo Elise, but he does have 3 rebounds. This is going to be nip and tuck, ladies and gentlemen. Just like we said at the top of the broadcast. When you get these two teams together, doesn't matter what the seeds, doesn't matter what the records, throw them out. It is all-out war. East side of the state versus the west side of the state. Whoever comes up with the W, you earned it. And it looks like it's going to be Sauk Valley basketball when we start this second half. Sauk Valley will bring on the floor Darian Duncan, number 15, 21, Andre Brandon, 14, Bo Bailey, also 33, Devin House, and 23, Cade Naylor with the basketball to inbound. The Trojans come back with Sumnick, McKeithen, Denson, Brandon Muntu, and Kobe Montgomery. We're back to action. We understand there's a tie game between Kankakee and Highland in the second half. We'll keep tabs on you. Bailey to drive. Stopped at the left baseline. 15-footer by House, not there. Good board snag down by Cam Denson. Back come the number 10 Trojans. Denson works it to McKeithen. Back now, this is Muntu. McKeithen, left baseline is Montgomery. Now, Sumnick on the right baseline. Early going here in the second half. Sumnick gets it to McKeithen. Pulls up for 3. No. Rebound, it comes to the hands of Andre Brandon. A lot of chatting going on our live chat. Please join us on the Triton YouTube channel. Here is a nice shot in the middle. The up and under for Brandon out of Coralville, Iowa. He's got 12 to lead the Skyhawks of Sauk Valley out of the Arrowhead Conference. Tim McKinney, the double Hall of Famer, rejoins us courtside. Tim?
Yeah, a little mingling at halftime as inside Sumnick gets the bucket for 2. Good to see our chairman of the board, Mark Stevens, here, along our president, Mary Rear Moore, here for both games. And a lot of people very happy about game 1. And a battle here in game 2 here, Alvin. Highland and Kankakee, they're battling it out as well. And Triton and Sauk in a tight one here. House inside. Thought he was tied up, but they'll say a block for McKeithen clean. McKeithen in the front court. And he throws it away.
And see, there you go.
Bailey ahead of the pack, and he'll lay it in.
You cannot wait on the ref. You got to force the issue in games like this.
Well, Highland and Kankakee, if they're playing right now, hearing about this score will be wondering, boy, there's maybe a chance here. The Trojans in a battle. Sumnick responds inside. Triton back in front by 1.
Bobby Huggins going to have him a nice one come to Morgantown when he gets here.
Sumnick with 9. He had 32 Thursday in the win against Daly. Trojans by 1. Bailey open. 3 is good for Bo Bailey. Sauk Valley in front. Timeout, A.J. Sharp.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that the rest of the way. 30-second timeout by the. Then they're gonna make this a full timeout because it's the first charge of the second half. But yeah, I'm telling you folks, strap in your seatbelts. This next 18 minutes, or actually 17 minutes and change, is going to be a wild ride.
Yeah, it is going to be quite a battle here today. And Trojans 25-4, the number 10 team in the country. Sauk 15-13, but Sauk Valley has shown that they've been able to play and compete with some teams. And at the seeding meeting, Alvin, Sauk thought that they had a good case to be the number 3 seed. Appealed that in the committee, but it did go to committee, and the committee decided to keep Highland the 3 and Sauk Valley the 4, because Sauk won big at Highland in their last meeting, so be it Highland was shorthanded. They had some guys out, I think some COVID issues, but still this Sauk Valley team has come to play here this afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Already 3 players with double figures on the floor right now. You know, and this is nothing short of what you want at this time of the year. 2 teams battling it out for the opportunity to go to the regional championship.
9.5 minutes left at George Ryan Arena in Kankakee. Highland 52, Kankakee 51, and there's another bucket for the Skyhawks.
This is their biggest lead of the game.
Naylor with 5, the lead is 4, and their bench is fired up, as you would imagine, trying to pull off a massive upset. Denson looking for the dump down for Subnick, and they get the turnover due to Skyhawks.
You were always talking about seed stealers. This might be one of those moments.
Trojans in a battle right now to try and keep their hopes of winning the Region 4 alive, and Sauk Valley a turnover.
That might have been an opportunity to get a loose ball and try to turn into a big steal the other way.
Always good to hear from our assistant Region 4 director, Wally Reynolds. Getting the mobile devices very busy, watching us and the Kankakee Highland game.
Wow.
A lot of action going on. We'll have a final for that one before we're done here, as that pass by Elise was deflected by Sauk and out of bounds. The Trojans will have it.
Good adjustment by Sauk Valley in this half to get their hands in the passing lanes, because that inside pass was the bread and butter for the Trojans in the first half.
See, the Trojans can get a good set here offensively. Mutu, good looking inside for Elise, and it was picked off. Naylor got the steal. Here comes Duncan. He missed the layup, but the board claimed by Cam Denson.
They're blocking that inside pass.
And a reach-in called.
That's on, I believe that's Cade Naylor. Yep. That's his first. But again, the last 3 times down, Triton tried to force the issue inside, and it got taken away from them, and it's resulted in buckets. They've got to adjust that now.
A little more than 4 minutes gone by in this second half. Triton led by 1 at halftime. It's now Sauk Valley by 4. Touch pass inside. Elise breaks free. Counted and 1.
You think again, adjust the pass. Don't go down low. Come up to high. Elise's tall enough to snag it. And he's got the and 1.
Elise with 4 points, looking to convert on the 3-point play, and does. It's a 1-point game. Trojans show the full court man. And ball loose. It's picked up by Montgomery. But he lost the handle, but they'll say last touched out of bounds by Duncan.
But do you see the adjustment that Triton made? They've got the full court man. They know where it's going. They got the rip, and they keep possession.
Hamilton will trigger it in. The lob for Montgomery. He'll turn around with the fadeaway, no. Elise, no on the tip. Loose ball, Montgomery. And the Trojans will reset. Feed back into Elise. Elise backing in to his left, no. And house the board for Sauk Valley.
Tell you, these two teams, no love lost at all.
Cutting in, Naylor back out, long three, no good. By the Skyhawks, and here come the Trojans. Hamilton ahead. Hamilton lost the handle, but last touch by Sauk Valley.
So I'm telling you, there's a lot of hands in that paint by Sauk Valley now. They've made the adjustment because they know that it's going to come inside toward Elise.
Very active defensively. This Triton team averaging just under 92 a game. Right now, only with 44 on the board. Kick out, McKeithen. Montgomery inside, Elise lost it. Duncan gets the steal.
You got to be sure on those passes. You've got to be sure.
Boy, every minute that runs by, the more dangerous and scary this gets here for the Trojans. Rick on Elise, up and under, draws the foul.
Well, very wiry 6'8" freshman Rick is.
As you know, when you play an underdog, the longer you let them hang around, the more confidence they gain. And right now, confidence is sky high for the Skyhawks from Dixon. Rick will get a pair.
He's out of Rochester, Minnesota, 6'8" freshman. Boy, that was a heck of a find for Sauk Valley.
Yeah, he's 73% from the year from the foul line, averaging about 8 points a game, 4 down.
Now, if there's an X factor for this second half, it's got to be John Atunis. Atunis, I think, is one of the most fundamentally sound young men in this region. And the opportunity to really show himself worthy of being a part of what could be another regional championship club says a lot about the confidence that Coach John Clancy has in him.
They got him running the point in this set. Mutu now in the corner, McKeithen. Short corner, Sumnick swings it out. Mutu, he'll drive out to Itunis. McKeithen, great movement for three. He connects it.
But you see how Itunis moved in the course of that set.
Travel in the backcourt. Triton ball. Warden gets called for the violation, and he'll check out. And Sauk Valley going back to the bench. House and Naylor re-enter.
You know, it's got to be a luxury when you can trade a tall 6'8" for a wide 6'8".
McKeithen in the corner, in trouble, gets out of it. Itunis curls in, swings it out. Mutu, the Subnik, back to Mutu. They'll reverse it back to Itunis. Shot clock to 5, deflected out of bounds by Sauk Valley for the shoot.
See, again, you got to understand that Sauk Valley has made the adjustment on the inside pass. Yeah, you're going to have to rock the perimeter. Shoot the perimeter.
Itunis will get it in. Mutu. Now McKeithen for three. No. Subnik the rebound. They'll get a fresh 20. Down the lane, McKeithen. Count it! And one. Tianta McKeithen.
That was set up by the Sumnick offensive rebound.
Yes.
See, with a team like Sauk Valley that is gaining confidence minute by minute, offensive rebounds at this point, especially if you're Elise and Sumnick, you got to get them. You got to get them.
It was 45-41. Trojans have scored 8 of the last 9. That free throw no good, so an 8-1 Trojan run to flip the lead back to 3 in their favor.
Correction, the last foul was Daniel Fields-Johnson, his first.
Ooh, that was a push-off there.
Sauk does get it into the front court. A lot of drama here in this Region 4 men's semifinal.
A couple of well-coached clubs, I must say.
Shot clock winding down. House has to do something. He'll fire away, and that's an air ball.
Excellent defense by the Trojans on that. They knew how from the threes last half. You just have to make sure that you didn't allow him a clean look. They didn't.
Under 13 minutes to go. Tim McKinney, Alvin Washington Jr., live from the Robert Collins Center, Triton College campus in River Grove, Illinois. Phil Dorner, Tim, they're running our stream upstairs as the Trojans turn it over.
Again, unforced errors. You cannot have that at this stage of the game.
There's an open look, and that three ball is good by Naylor, and Sauk Valley has tied it up at 49.
It's one of those games, folks. I tell you, A.J. Sharp, from what I've seen, his team truly exemplifies his helter-skelter style.
Itunis all the way lays it in.
Talk about confidence in a young man who basically was a walk-on.
7 for him. Itunis transferred from UW-Whitewater after his run at high school at Stevenson under Pat Ambrose. 2-point Trojan lead. Highland leading Kankakee 57-55. They have 7 minutes remaining in Kankakee. We'll keep you updated on that one as well.
Boy, these games are going to come all the way down to the wire.
Elisa, hey, looking out there. Itunis tipped it, and McKeithen kept it in play. Shot clock to 5. He'll have to shoot an NBA 3, and he hits it! Tiata McKeithen!
That's a bitter beer face 3.
Trojans by 5.
Man, that's what, when you stay within yourself, good things like that happen.
Duncan will pull it out. He'll drive it and count it at 1.
Wow, lucky tip, lucky tip. They're going to put the foul on Muntu.
His first, team second. Checking in is number 5, Cam Johnson. That basket was good at the free throw line. Number 15.
I mean, you couldn't even remotely get a luckier bounce than that. Darian Duncan, 6'1", sophomore out of Dixon, Illinois. Duncan wearing number 15. He gets the free pass. He's got 6.
And it's a 2-point game again. This one looks like it's going down to the wire here this afternoon, everyone.
I'll tell you, Bo Bailey really has made some good defensive adjustments, too.
McKeithen, now Denson, baseline. He draws the foul. He'll get a pair.
Foul on the play.
I would have rather, well, as House gets the foul, I would have rather seen McKeithen still drive that. I think he had the better opportunity for the and one than Denson did.
Denson at the free throw line.
And Denson will have to earn them from the charity stripe.
Denson will attempt 1 more free throw.
Every point so critical now as we go down the stretch. Winner will play for the Region 4 championship Monday night. If Triton wins, the game will be here. Four-point margin. Trojans show the full court man. Sauk has a 3-on-2, but Triton able to recover. Man-to-man by the Trojans. Duncan picked up by McKeithen. Duncan the house. Itunis on him. Rayler. Now Bailey missed the 3, and the rebound by Denson.
Great defense.
Trojans now in the run offensively. And that is a well-done set. Patrick Subnick. He has 11. It's a 6-point lead. Largest lead here in quite a minute here for the Trojans.
I'll tell you, that was one of the silkiest finger rolls I've seen out of Triton in a good minute, when Subnick put it up.
Sauk Valley gives it away.
This is the biggest lead for either the club at 6.
Yeah. Sauk Valley's biggest advantage was 4. They led 45-41 earlier in this second half. Now it's 58-52 Trojans. Been quite a game here this afternoon as Denson is fouled on the baseline.
You got to force the issue when you're in these types of games. The foul is indeed on Brandon. That's his third, so the first one in foul trouble in this game. You got to continue to force the issue. You know, but again, while you're forcing the issue, also play disciplined defense the other way. You only got 2 fouls again on Triton. They've only given up 4 fouls this whole game.
And that could play a factor down the stretch in this game. We'll see. Montgomery regathers it, doesn't get the bounce. Denson the board, he draws the foul.
Offensive rebounds. Offensive rebounds, folks. That's the stat that we're going to have to look at when we come to post game to see where Triton is as far as the old boys are concerned, because they're getting them this half. Wow, 4 already on Brandon. He's been a key part of this second half surge.
And Sauk Valley to the bench. Rick back in along with Jamal Winston.
Number 0, Rick in the game, along with number 11, Jamal Winston.
Denson missed the second. Missed them both, still a 6-point game. But despite the miss, Triton able to set the pressure up. Winston now to Duncan. Duncan, good defense by Itunes. Rick now picked up by Sumnick. Shot clock to 5. House, now a 3. Naylor short. Battle for the board, and it's picked up by Itunes. Around a Sumnick screen, has nothing. Mutu to Montgomery. Mutu. Now Montgomery back out to Mutu for 3. Got it!
Just stay within the offense, good things happen.
Second 3 for Mutu for all 6 of his points. 9-point lead for Triton. House, that shot no good. A quick one and done for Sauk Valley.
Sauk Valley starting to slowly wear down.
The question is, would they be able to hold up? In and out! Itunes missed the 3, but Sumnick cleans it up. Count it, and 1.
Bobby Huggins, we're sending you a great kid. This kid Sumnick has been dynamite the last few times down.
63-52, and Highland is going to, actually Sauk Valley, I should say, will be forced to call a timeout. 8:37 to go. The Trojans have their biggest lead of the afternoon. We'll take a timeout. 63-52 Trojans. Come back after this live on the Triton YouTube channel and TritonAthletics.com.
Back here on our coverage of the Region 4 Division I men's basketball semifinals. 63-52 your score. The number 10 Triton Trojans leading the Sauk Valley Skyhawks. And one coming up for Pat Sumnick's.
Now 14 for him.
And what I was getting ready to say is the adjustments. You saw Sauk Valley early in the half make the adjustment of getting the hand in the inside passing lane. You see how Triton has adjusted to that, and now they've been built a 12-point lead.
And I just think a lot of it is the Trojans. You mentioned it a little bit ago. I think they're just wearing down Sauk Valley. Sauk Valley is giving it everything they have. At some point, were they going to fold, and may be happening. Jumper, Rick, that's short. Those shots have been coming short now for them. They're down to 3 minutes left in Kankakee, and the Cavaliers have taken the lead on Highland.
Wow.
64-62.
Oh, man.
8 minutes left here, 3 minutes left there. Who will play for the championship Monday night?
Well, I'm telling you, it's going to be a fun time here at the Collins Center.
We know the women in Highland will play here Monday for the women's title. Will the men host?
Wow.
And we got a loose ball foul?
No, it was going to be out of bounds.
Okay, out of bounds, okay.
Yeah, Denson almost snagged the rebound over House, but just a little bit too much into the end line. I will say this, John Itunis has acquitted himself as quite the player here for Triton here in these last few minutes.
They showed up, pressure, now they'll back out into their man-to-man will the Trojans. Led by first-year head coach John Clancy, setting up the offense. Pull, or the defense I should say, pull-up jumper by Duncan, no good. And a foul on Triton, and the Sauk fans are finally happy because they haven't been pleased with the fouls. The fans are yelling out toward the officials about the amount of fouls called on Triton this afternoon. Well, that's the advantage of playing at home. Sometimes you got to have the advantage for a reason.
Cam Denson.
And now there's another foul on the Trojans.
Yeah, that's going to be on Muntu.
Trojan foul number 2, Brandon Muntu, his second.
Fourth team foul. Kankakee and Highland are tied with 2 minutes to go. It's 64. And now Kankakee just hit a three to take the lead.
Ooh.
We will keep you posted. And keep you posted here. What a day of basketball.
I tell you, JUCO basketball, you gotta love it.
Duncan around a screen. Shot clock winding down. Winston for three, way off. And the rebound by Elise, but it doesn't matter. Shot clock violation, Trojan basketball.
This Triton defense has slowly but surely enacted their will on Sauk Valley. There is a reason Triton is sitting as the #1 seed in this region and the #10 team in the country. And I dare say after this weekend, that ranking moves up even more.
Yeah.
Which potentially means even if they don't win the district, they could get an at-large.
Highland has tied Kankakee. The jumper that they hit that I saw, they called it a 2. Highland came back, just scored. They're tied at 66 with a minute left, and Highland just got the rebound off a missed Kankakee jumper.
Ooh.
Elise inside. The Sumnick, he scores!
Sumnick has been just unreal this half.
Down the other end.
And a block by Sumnick.
Yeah, that shot of Bailey was rejected. Inside, good dump down, but a foul will be called. They're under 50 seconds left. They're in a timeout in Kankakee. Highland has the ball. The game is tied at 66.
Wow.
6:22 to go here.
A great day for JUCO basketball here in the Midwest.
And here at the line, Andre Brandon will get 2 free throws.
Brandon will attempt 1 for free throw.
You know, call it for what it's worth. Sauk Valley has gone toe-to-toe with the #10 team in the country.
Yep, and they've had some good wins. You know, they're 15-13, but have had some quality wins, and that's why they thought they had a chance for that 3 seed. They ended up being the 4, but they've given Triton all they can handle here this afternoon.
I'll say. Nice 14 out the gate for Andre Brandon, but he is saddled with 4 fouls, too.
Yeah, but he's going to stay out there at this point, 66-54. Trojans by 12. Montgomery had it poked away, but the loose ball picked up by McKeithen. 6 to shoot.
That Cade Naylor's a tough kid.
McKeithen through traffic, slices in and lays it in.
That's another bitter beer face bucket.
10 for McKeithen. House in the front court, spins in.
Nice.
Elise got a piece of it.
That's a nice piece of defense by the kid from the Bahamas.
Trojans will look to air it out as we near 5.5 minutes left.
Work the offense. That's all you got to do.
There's a three, well short by Montgomery.
I would have still worked that down to 5 and get it inside.
Highland could not score, but the loose ball went out of bounds. They gave the ball to Highland, so they just called a timeout with about 30 seconds left. Game still tied at 66 in Kankakee Highland basketball. I'll be like Kevin Harlan. I could try and call 2 games at the same time.
Yep.
That three is short by Brandon.
Yeah, Sauk Valley, I think, is starting to tire out.
Timeout. Yeah, those shots have just been coming short, and I think give them a lot of credit for the effort they put in. They put a hell of an effort.
This club by A.J. Sharp has got a lot of freshmen on it.
But I told you, Alvin, in the first half, I was wondering when the breaking point come, we might be there. We're not quite there, but we're getting close.
I tell you, Bo Bailey, the 6'2 sophomore out of Dixon, I look at him as a potential mid-major power. He's got some great defense, he's got great range, and he understands the adjustments to make from half to half.
Well, Alvin, while we have a timeout here, we can keep an eye on what's happening in Kankakee.
All right.
The Cougars are about to inbound the ball.
They're in the red, correct?
They're in that orange, yep.
Uh-huh.
And it's tied at 66. They got 20 to shoot. And they're going to kind of do a little isolation here, it looks like, watching it. We'll give you a little radio call. They'll drive the lane, kick it out. They got 5 to shoot. Good defense by Kankakee. Driving, Highland left it short. Rebound tapped around, and Highland got another board, and the shot clock is off, and Highland's going to get a chance here. Kankakee blocked the shot. Jumper by Highland's no good, but I think we got a foul called on Kankakee, it appears, and they can't believe it.
Yeah.
And there, I can't tell how much time is left because of how the feed is, but they got to be down to close to 10 seconds left, and Kankakee gets called for the foul. Highland's going to be at the line to get free throws in a tied game.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Tell you what, you handle that. I'll handle these boys over here. They look like it's pretty much.
Well, they called a timeout, so we'll keep it here for now.
Okay.
And we'll keep you updated on Kankakee after the timeout. Under 5 minutes left, Trojans by 14. McKeithen driving inside, no good. And here comes Bo Bailey, gets it out ahead to Taylor. Taylor inside to Brandon. He lost it. Denson the steal. He's fouled, and free throws for the Trojans.
Yep.
1-1 upcoming.
And it's another foul on House. That's his 4th.
If Triton does hang on to win this game, the schedule for Monday will be this. The Triton women versus Highland for the Region 4 Women's Division I Championship will be here at 5:30. Triton, if they can hang on and win, will get either Highland or Kankakee for the men's championship at 8 p.m. if this result holds. But not able to complete the front end of the 1-and-1. Naylor in the corner. Naylor pulls up. No. And those shots have been short. Mutu the rebound.
Well, they're back for the free throws here.
Yeah, well, I'll keep an eye on it, Alvin. We'll give you can call a couple of the action here, and I'll monitor what's happening in Kankakee.
All right, Mutu with the ball with 4:05 to play for the game. 15 on the shot clock, and the number 10 Trojans up 68-54. They'll go over to Montgomery on the left baseline. It is McKeithen with 6 to shoot. They now have Denson. Denson starts to drive. Denson in the lane, no. That one taken away. Rick rips it away. Back come the Skyhawks of Sauk Valley. 3:44, still enough time for a good run. Oh, man. That is number 1.
Yeah, that's Montez Taylor.
The freshman from Arizona gets into Rick. House, left wing 3, no.
Wow, those aren't falling for them. By the way, another timeout has been called in Kankakee, so the free throws have not yet been attempted.
Bo Bailey trying to work his way through. Taylor, left wing 3, no. Rebound, a hot potato. It is Montgomery. Quickly, of course, for Denson. Denson bounce pass, and a slam for Pat Sumnick. Timeout Trojans, 3:10 to play. here in the Region 4 Division 1 semifinals. 70-54, the 10th rated Trojans lead against Sauk Valley. Let's get back to Kankakee.
Yeah, they're ready to shoot these free throws here, Alvin. A tied game in Kankakee. Highlands at the free throw line. I don't know if this is a 1-and-1 or a 2-shot foul. I believe it's a 2-shot foul. No, it's a 1-and-1. He missed it, and Kankakee got the rebound, and they're going to call a timeout.
Wow. Action all over the Midwest here in Region 4.
I don't think there's no copyright infringements for us to give you some bonus
You know, hey, look. It's
unbelievable.
It's the NJCAA, folks.
The one thing is they have the stanchion of the basket, so it's blocking the clock. So it's hard to tell how much time is left. It's something .2. I'm going to guess 9.2.
And we're still tied at 66.
They're still tied at 66.
Golly.
So Kankakee calls a timeout.
Let's see if I can get this to George real quick. Hey, George. All right, we got 66 all between Highland and Kankakee. 9 seconds left. You heard it here first, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, winners of tonight's this afternoon's game.
Man, I mean, action all over Region 4.
Yeah. But that Sumnick dunk may have put this one away with 3:10 to go. Trojans up by 16. Sauk Valley with the basketball here in River Grove. They're breaking out of the timeout in Kankakee, and the Cavaliers will have the ball, a chance to win it, or they may head to overtime. So maybe this one could end before that one if they go OT, as Taylor will go to the line and get 2. Montgomery commits the foul.
Yeah, that's just his first, believe it or not.
Well, here we go. They're going to inbound the ball here, Kankakee. They got to go full court. Deep ball, and it was a desperation heave. No good, so there was less than a couple seconds left. So they're headed to overtime. They are headed to overtime in Kankakee. Tied at 66. Second straight week, those two will play an overtime game.
Wow.
This time, the loser, their season is over.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So, so hold the line. We may not know the opponent just yet. And they had a half-hour head start.
Yeah. So 5 more minutes down in Kankakee.
Yep. So we'll keep you all posted. We'll tie a ribbon on things here. We will keep you all posted. Wally Reynolds, our assistant region director, also keeping us updated on what's happening as well. As we got a foul on Sauk. Trojans will go to the line.
Yeah, it's on Bo Bailey this time.
Trojans, this was a battle, but it appears they're going to hold off this Sauk Valley Skyhawk squad.
I tell you, having been able to now follow JUCO basketball for the second straight year as play-by-play, I'm telling you, when you get to this point of the season, all bets are off. You either come with it or you ain't.
Yes.
First of 2 is good for Cam Denson. He's got 6. Denson, wearing number 5, is the 6'7" freshman from Compton, California. Back in, yes sir. 72-55, 2:53 for the game.
Duncan accelerates. Good little head fake, but those shots have now fallen. They've been on a huge drought here, Sauk Valley.
Ball tapped out, but it goes.
So I know it was 50.
Go back to 45-41.
It was 45-41.
This is a 31-10 run.
Yeah, they've gotten cold. Rick, and that one finally drops. 72-57. 2.5 minutes remaining here in this one.
Got to get it across before the 10.
You got a timeout if you need it, but they do get it across.
Yep. Now they're definitely going to start fouling now.
They're going to have to chase. Not Triton's going to air this out. At this point, they might have to play this possession out at least. In the corner, could this finish him off? Nope, that 3 ball no good by Mutu. And ahead of the pack is Bailey again, and he'll lay it in. And a full timeout, Sauk Valley.
Cherry picking. Cherry picking.
They played 45 seconds in overtime. No one has scored in Kankakee.
Okay. Again, for those of you that are checking out our feed here on the Triton YouTube channel. Women's R4 D1 Championship, Highland versus Triton. That comes your way this Monday night, 5:30 p.m. As it stands now, the men's R4 D1 title game will be here at the Collins Center. It is more than likely Triton, the way this is going, versus the winner of Kankakee and Highland. Again, it is going overtime in Kankakee. We are still all square at 66. And now the three on the way for...
That was way off by Highland. And
man.
And no one has scored. I think probably both of those teams are spent at this point, I would imagine.
Second straight week with an overtime tilt.
And both had to have hard-fought wins. They weren't total walkovers. Kankakee beat Truman in round one. Highland beat Kennedy King by 20 in round one. But no one has yet scored in the overtime. And no one still has not yet scored in overtime, but I believe they called a foul on Highland, I believe.
Yep.
They got 3 minutes left in overtime. And it appears Kankakee will go to the free throw line here, tied at 66. Triton finishing this one off. Sumnick wide open, and there's the icing on the cake.
Yeah, you might as well lock this one in.
20 for Sumnick. The lead is 15 for the Trojans.
And this is what having a deep bench that plays a lot down the stretch does for the Trojans.
Duncan, no good. Montgomery the rebound, and now the Trojans will air it out and run some clock. And it looks like we will have a championship doubleheader Monday night here at the Collins Center.
It's been quite a while for that.
I don't think it's ever happened.
Really?
Other than us being a neutral site. Not for Triton. I know that for a fact.
Okay. Foul here.
Because, again, the women have never played for the championship here at home.
Rick called for the foul, his first. And we're in the double penalty for Triton.
Both free throws were made by Kankakee. They're up 2.
68-66. And they're under 3 minutes, correct?
That is correct. And Highland currently with possession.
While that's going on, Brandon Muntu up for 2. The southpaw cannot make the first of 2. Cam Denson will come in. He'll sit down Kobe Montgomery. How about 13 points for the kid?
Yep, good job by Kobe today. But a good effort here. I mean, again, Triton I think this was good for Triton to get a challenge here today. They've been winning some games. I mean, they've been challenged with some of the games of Indian Hills and Southeastern, but to get a challenge within the region never hurts before you play Monday night.
Ooh, there's a steal.
And here comes McKeithen.
McKeithen
ahead, and he'll slam it home.
Yes, sir. 1 minute to go. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen.
Trojans will pick up win number 26. Down the lane, Bailey draws the foul.
Yeah. I'm impressed with Bo Bailey. I am really impressed with that young man. Sumnick will pick up the foul, but yeah, Bo Bailey has if there was an opportunity to nominate all-stars 4 teams deep, Bo Bailey gets my vote for Sauk Valley. He's been that good today.
So it looks like Coach Sharp has conceded it, telling his team not to foul. The Trojans are going to pick this win up. They'll improve to 26-4. Sauk Valley, their season will end 15-14. Final seconds. Mutu, he'll bring it out. Trojans will air things out.
Boy,
Bailey
nice
guarding Mutu. They'll probably take the shot clock violation, I would imagine. Just a matter who gets the turnover, and good defense to knock that one out of bounds by Brandon.
But I tell you, for I would say at least close to 30 minutes of this game, this was knockdown, drag out.
30 seconds remaining. Cam Denson will have head coach John Clancy after the game to get his thoughts on this Triton victory. As slicing through Itunes with the shot clock winding down, not able to convert. And here comes Sauk Valley, closing seconds of this one. Bailey for 3, it's good. just will make the final a little closer. But Sauk Valley did make this a contest, and Triton had to earn it. In the front court, Cam Denson, he'll dribble out the clock, and the Trojans will host the Region 4 championship game Monday night, 76-63 the final.
Boy, John Clancy beat a very well-coached Sauk Valley team, and one of the greats in Region 4 in Russ Damoff, now an assistant coach under the new guy, A.J. Sharp. But I got to tell you, Sauk Valley will be back. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you Sauk Valley will be back.
So we know the championship for the men will be at 8 p.m. We just don't know their opponent. They have 2 minutes left after a timeout. Kankakee, the ball up by 2, 72-70 on Highland. And we'll see if we can get Coach Clancy over here. And here he comes right now.
Boy, I tell you. Coach John Clancy joining us now on the TritonAthletics.com post-game report again. 76-63 the final. The Trojans, number 10 in the nation, salt away and wilt away a very tough Sauk Valley club. But, Coach, I must say, with the 4 teams remaining here right now in the region, well, now down to 3 with the Triton win, this has been a day for Region 4 basketball.
Yeah. No, this time of the year, you know you're going to play good teams. First, I want to give credit to Sauk Valley. That was an unbelievably well-prepared team. They played like they knew that their season was on the line. And honestly, they outplayed us for about 33 minutes of that game. So you got to give Coach Sharp a ton of credit. His kids played outstanding. We had to take their best shot. We were able to find a way, but we're going to have to be better Monday night if we think we're going to win the championship.
I just thought as the game progressed, I mean, they gave you everything you had. Yeah. I mean, that was clear, but they just, I think, eventually wore down, and those shots for them that they were hitting early started to fall short.
That was what I told them at halftime. First off, we were fortunate to be up 1 at half with how we played and with how well Sauk played. But I told these guys if we stay after it with the press, that those shots that they're making, hopefully their legs will go a little bit in the second half. And I do think our press, our tempo, our pace ended up playing a factor in the game. But that was a big-time ball game.
Bo Bailey right over here, giving him some handshakes. That one down there, you want to talk about a kid who's tough-nosed in this region. He's one of the reasons why Region 4 is the way it is.
No doubt. He's been here about 5 years. The dude makes shots all the time. I told him I'm glad he's going to be gone, and wherever he goes next, he's going to have a hell of a career because that's one big-time competitor and shooter.
Now, I know obviously this has been a tough week in a lot of ways, but in particular for NJCAA, I don't know if he's able to watch the stream, but had the passing of his mother, and you did a great thing with that GoFundMe account, and he wasn't here today. He was down in the services in Louisville. Just talk a little bit about it. I just thought that was a terrific thing you guys did for him.
NJCAA is our most valuable player, and he's the heartbeat of this team. Honestly, I think we were so used to having him on the floor that it took us a while to find our footing in that first half. It's been a tough week on everybody. JJ did text us at halftime. He said, better get a rebound. So he was watching.
Hey.
But I want to say thank you to the Triton community, all of our fans, our followers, coaches across the country that donated. JJ Calican is a special human being, and we wanted to make sure that our season didn't end today because JJ will be back Monday night. And I know he's excited to play for a championship. Our guys are. But today was dedicated to J.J. Calican and his family.
Talking with John Clancy, first-year coach of the Triton Trojans. They get it done in the regional semis, 76-63. You want to point to a 31-10 run with the team down 45-41 midway the second half. And Patrick Sumnick, good Lord, 20 points for the kid from Green Bay.
That's going 9 of 11. We should have probably found a way to get him some more shots. That was actually something we talked about at halftime. We're a really good three-point shooting team. We're leading the country in makes, but 80% of our shots in the first half were from 3. We needed to work inside out. We have Pat Sumnick and D'Angelo Elise. If we're able to get the ball inside it, it's going to give us more open shots. And I thought we made a much more concerted effort in the second half to get the ball inside.
Kankakee is at the free throw line, tied game, 4.6 left in overtime. They just made the first free throw. I don't know if anybody has time. Looks like each team has a timeout. We were hoping to know the outcome here. It appears as if They called a timeout to freeze the shooter. Those two played overtime last week, and here we go again.
I don't care who we play. I know we're playing, and that's all that matters.
Amen
And we found a way. And we took Sauk Valley's best shot.
Yes.
That was a hell of a ball game. I give that team a ton of credit. Coach Sharp did a great job. We're fortunate to be moving on.
Was it good to have a game like this to get challenged, especially because of just how the game went the other night?
Yeah, no doubt. And yesterday we had some guys out ill. We weren't able to practice.
Yeah.
We walked through today, and we were sleepwalking there for a little bit. I thought Dayon James started the game really well for us, got us off to a decent
Knocked down
start.
some shots.
But I think we found our defensive identity a little bit more, and we knew that press over the course of time was hopefully going to wear them down with our bodies compared to theirs.
Right.
They got some big horses there. We thought we could wear them down, and I think it paid dividends in the second half.
No matter who it is, we know we'll see you here Monday night at 8 after the women. It's going to be great to have a championship doubleheader here at Triton.
Congrats to the women's team on a big-time win and a great season. Hopefully we both can bring home some hardware Monday night.
All right, we'll let you talk to the team. We'll talk Monday night, Coach.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
John Clancy, the head coach of the Trojans, and Alvin, I know we got some of the final game numbers here.
Yes, we do.
We're going to run them down, and I'll keep an eye on what's happening there in Kankakee. The second free throw was good, so it's a 2-point game. Timeout, Highland with 4.9 left.
All right, here we go. Your TritonAthletic.com final numbers. Let's start with Sauk Valley, who winds up 15-14, an outstanding R4D1 season. They were led by Bo Bailey, 16 points, 2 assists, 2 steals, 14 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, a block, and a steal from Andre Brandon. 10 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, a block, and 4 steals from Devin House. Now, that's a big fella that I think is going to go place the next year or two. For the Triton Trojans to improve to 26-4, they were led by your TritonAthletics.com player of the game, Pat Sumnick, 20 points off the bench. Also 3 boards, 3 block shots too. 13 with 5 boards, 2 assists, a block, and a steal for Kobe Montgomery. 7 points, 9 boards for Cam Denson with 3 assists and 2 steals. D'Angelo Elise, 5 points, 6 rebounds. 7 points, 3 assists for John Itunis. Told you the Coach Clancy has some great confidence in this young man, and he's proved himself.
Yeah, that was a good effort by him. And Kankakee has a timeout as it's 74-72. The ball will belong to Highland. We will keep it here just to see if that one does conclude. You guys, we're leaving everything set up the way it is, so once we're done, we'll get out of here. So Phil Dorner and Tim up above, we'll say hello to everybody there. I think they got us on camera anyway. Wow,
yeah.
Wow. So this is how we're looking at what's happening in Kankakee. My eyes can still see some things. Thankfully, after all these years, I'm glad.
Wow. You really told on yourself that time.
Well.
I know.
They know I've done this for a minute or two.
Okay.
Right
Anyway,
here.
continuing the numbers for Triton College. Tiante McKeithen, 12 points, 3 boards, 3 assists, a block, and 3 steals. He was all over the place today.
Yeah, and he went to the bucket too.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's the possession here. Highland for the win. No good. It's going to be Kankakee. Kankakee is going to be here Monday night for the championship game. So 74-72. It was a wide open look from the right wing for 3 that Highland had and missed it.
All right.
So the championship game is set. Monday night it'll be a 1-2 like the women. Highland loses to Kankakee by 2, so it's the Cavaliers here Monday night against the Triton men for the Region 4 title. The Trojans won both of the regular season meetings this year against the Cavaliers, and they were a tough team. You and I did that game here a couple weeks ago, and the Trojans had to battle to win that one.
Oh yeah, and here's the interesting caveat about Monday night, folks. When you tune in, if the women win, they stay here for the district title and the chance to go to Lubbock, Texas, for the national tournament. If the men win, they have to go to Missouri for the district tournament.
And I got a report on that from Wally Reynolds. He said it looks like it's going to be Mineral Area and Moberly for the championship out there.
Ooh, that you would talk about two tough teams in that region.
Yes. So
Holy cow! You know, anytime Three Rivers is not in the running for the championship, that's a tough district.
Yeah.
That's tough.
yeah. So that's how it's looking like out there. But again, the Trojans prevail here. 76-73. Again, the
63.
63, excuse me.
There you go.
74-72 is the final out in Kankakee. And again, these two played twice in the regular season. The first meeting in Kankakee, the Trojans won 84-72. That was on January the 20th. And in the game you and I did, Alvin, here, it wasn't not too long ago. It was
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, on the 10th, the Trojans won that by the identical score, 84-72. So we'll see what happens on Monday. We'll have both games. And Alvin, a closing thought before we send everybody home.
Shouts out to Garrick Abazishan, our Associate Vice President for Athletics. Boy, he's been bouncing around this place. You know, he's happy that there's a doubleheader on Monday night because, hey, that's more money for the school.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a busy day, and it will, again, join us beginning at 5:30. Allen will have the call of the Women's Regional Championship between Highland and Triton. Men's Championship at 8 p.m. Triton, Kankakee. We hope you join us then. Again, our finals, almost the same finals. The women's final, the Lady Trojans defeat Sauk Valley by 12, 75-63 in their semifinal. The men beat Sauk Valley in their semifinal, 76-63. For Phil Dorner, Tim, Alvin Washington Jr., Tim McKinney, we thank you for joining us throughout the day today. We will talk to you all Monday night. So long, everybody.
This has been a presentation of the Triton YouTube channel and the Trojan Sports Network.